welcome to Monkeys with Mouths. This is a clip I recorded with a friend. We're starting a podcast together, and make sure to go like, follow, subscribe, go listen to it. Go listen to the full thing. But this is going to be a new thing. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy.
So I'm going to mark down things that our modern society is losing, and that's the moral goodness of forgiveness. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing. I'm going to note that down. Okay, and then
a huge issue, I would say. So I'm on Twitter and I read through, and with the whole trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, I look at the comments under it. So a few hours ago, Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty was trending on Twitter. And so I was just scrolling through, and these people are like, this dude is a white supremacist. He went out to target Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. And I'd read the comments under it. They were like, you didn't even look at the trial. No person of color was killed on it. It was 3 white people. They were all felons. One was a sex offender. The other dude was an armed assaultant or abusive. I don't know. But they were all felons. Mm-hmm. And they were all white. And then you see a disparity between the truth and the complete deception, and how people will, how a source of information like the straight truth will hit them, and then people somehow will have 2 completely opposing views of that.
Yeah, so like I have helpful commentary there as an attorney. So in that trial, they are trying to figure out if Kyle acted in self-defense. Mm-hmm. They're not trying to figure out if he's a good person. Mm-hmm. They're not trying to figure out if he should have been there with an assault rifle at that time. Mm-hmm. They're trying to figure out if under Wisconsin law, or whatever state he's in, I don't know.
Yeah, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
He is acting in self-defense. And like, if you watch the actual trial, it's so different from what the mainstream media seems to be saying.
What they're saying.
Yeah, like you even have. So the way it works, whenever you're questioning your witnesses, you're friendly to your witnesses. You do what's called direct, and in direct, you give kind of these open-ended questions that give them the ability to kind of fill in the details in a way that's favorable to your case. Mm-hmm. Once you're done, the opposing side comes in and they do what's called cross-examination, and that's when they try to impeach your witness, where they pull up these things that they did that weren't true. And on the prosecution's own direct of their chief witness, the guy admits that he didn't shoot. I mean, that Kyle didn't shoot until the gun was pointed. He had pointed his gun at Kyle,
which is complete, like,
yeah, but
self-defense, 100%.
Yeah, that, and then I don't really know the details with all the other ones. I know the guy with the skateboard came up and hit him first. Mm-hmm.
And then the other dude tried to grab his gun, like grab the barrel.
Yeah, so it looks like self-defense. And I think it was like the first one was kind of like at any kind of a protest, there's always crazy people. There's like the people that are actually there for the issues, and then there's like the nut jobs. Yeah. I think that this guy was kind of a nut job. Oh. And he comes up and he's trying to take the gun and he gets blown away.
Let me read you. I found this. So, like the chances that all 3 of them. So, Anthony Hubert was a convicted felon for assault and battery, domestic abuse, false imprisonment, illegal weapon. He was the one that was killed. Mm-hmm. Gage Paul Grosskreutz, convicted felon.
I want to say, in court, though, we wouldn't allow this kind of this character evidence in. Mm-hmm. So when you're trying to decide if the shoe is on the other foot, it would be unfair to bring this stuff up. Mm-hmm. But go ahead and
But still, I mean, showing that these people...
Yeah. Kyle Rittenhouse might be a piece
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
A probation violation, illegal weapon, and then Joseph Rosenbaum was a sex offender, a level 3 offender, and failure to maintain register status. Jeez. And he was the one that was screaming at Kyle, like, F you, I'm gonna F you. And so...
Is this your power supply?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just the chances of the 3 of the people who were either murdered or I guess killed or injured, all 3 of them were felons.
Oh yeah, so forgiveness was the first thing I pointed out. The other thing is the way that powerful manipulators will put people into groups to try to consolidate power. Mm-hmm. So I'll say, I'll put group power plays is the second thing. That's a spiritual issue that's behind the issue.
Oh, yeah.
Group power plays. Because if you try to, ideally you would be trying to get people to your side one issue at a time, and I'd present good arguments for those issues, and you'd agree with me on some things, and you would disagree with me on some things because thinking people disagree with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be able to like get this level of force over you where it's like, if I do something bad, well, you hate the other team more, so you're going to go with me anyway, and pick the people that I want you to pick, and like it's a way that we're all giving up these liberties, our liberties to think, our liberties to be diverse, our liberty. They say you have free choice, but you got two choices.
Yeah.
And like, I hate Trump and I hate Biden. Maybe not as people.
But
I mean,
what they represent, what they
just their ideas.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was hopeful for Biden at first. He came out talking like a moderate.
Yeah, he said
gave
that
speech talking about how he wanted to bring us back to normal.
He wanted to stop selling guns to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that today. Yeah.
Where did that go? But
out the window as soon as the money came in. Yeah. And then if you ever try to point out something wrong with Trump or point out something wrong with Biden, immediately the answer is like, but Biden did that, but Trump did that. It's like, yeah, they're both crap.
They're both the
They're
worst
the
people.
only. Then they're the only choices I have. That's not freedom. I don't have any freedom. Yeah. So group
both
power plays.
Pretty much 80 years old.
Yeah.
Completely just out of touch with everything.
Well, I don't know. I think
Yeah, it's still
Oh
trending.
yeah, and so another way that group power play dynamics is used is if you can get the people to hate the other team more than they love their own rights, they're willing to give up their own rights in order to snub the other team. And so due process, most people would say, is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Due process means your ability to have, it's a right to a trial by jury, an impartial judge, impartial jury, right to an attorney, right to cross-examine witnesses, right to know what you've been accused of, right to remain silent. That was a big deal in this case. That judge got so mad. He should.
Yeah.
If I'm ever on trial, I want that judge.
But then you have
Every defendant deserves that judge. Even the guilty ones deserve that judge.
But
Because
then even you're saying that this judge is good, but then on
the state needs to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. And you're innocent until proven guilty, constitutionally.
and so with this judge, you see the dissonance. Is the left or the opposition, the ones that want Kyle to be guilty, are saying, so the judge's phone played, like he got a phone call, and it was, the ringtone was "God bless the USA," right?
Uh-huh.
And so the whole internet started freaking out. They're like, cancel this guy, it's a mistrial, this dude is clearly biased. But then you have who was it? It was somebody recording the jury with their phone.
Yeah.
And then
Or you have like
nothing happening. So
there was that one witness that was saying that the prosecutor had gotten him alone and asked him if he wanted to add to his police report. There's that shady
to manipulate,
stuff with the phone.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, what is
And this,
happening?
if this, for me at least, it's clearly self-defense. But if it's not, if they convict him as guilty, I think even the judicial system is broken. Even like the whole system is broken.
This is closely tied with the group power plays, is the sense of objective truth. You see this popping up a lot. I'm going to put objective truth as number 3. So the need to forgive, the need to be individuals again in a world of group power plays, and then 3, objective truth.
But then I'd say conversations, because everybody's targeting, and there's no area for conversations.
Yeah.
Everybody will get mad and they'll start labeling you something without listening to your points.
Yeah.
And so I guess that could fit in with the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all... Well, anyway, there's like that spiritual level that's below, the spiritual and philosophical level that's below whatever we're seeing at the surface. Like this, everyone yelling at each other on the... whatever, the live chat as you watch the... you need to actually watch the trial. Don't just watch the mainstream media talking about it.
Watch the trial.
And even mainstream media is is a wrong word for it. It's the corporate media.
It's the corporate media, mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream media is like Joe Rogan and Russell Brand. Like really cool, moderate people who listen to stuff.
And you think, you learn in history class, at least I learned, was the yellow papers? The whole propaganda. That ended.
Oh, yellow journalism?
Yeah, the yellow journalism. Yeah. That ended, 50 years ago, but it's still...
No, that's been going since ancient Rome. It's before that.
It's wild.
No, and even if you don't agree with whatever we say on this podcast, I want this to be the sort of place where you can listen to us and go, gee, even if I disagreed with that guy, I could have a beer with him and play a video game with him.
We're still human.
And he would listen to me.
Yeah.
It's just like the people are they're starving for that. Mm-hmm. That's why Joe Rogan and Russell Brand are so popular.
Absolutely. Yeah, Lex Friedman.
Yeah, he's great too.
All these people just sitting down, and I think that's why podcasts now are super important, because you can have people just sitting down and talking.
It's so intelligent compared to what the mainstream media used to be. You have like a 4-hour conversation with an expert
instead of 6
like
minutes.
This little soundbite, that's so just spoon-fed you by a corporation. Yeah, people are sick of it. Objective truth, this is popping up everywhere. So you see people don't care about what the truth is of the facts of the case, because in their hearts they already want him to be guilty or already want him to be innocent. You have people who are saying Kyle Rittenhouse needs a Medal of Honor. This is ridiculous. Or it's saying, he's a racist and a homophobe and a Trump supporter, and he's a mass murderer. Vigilante is what the corporate media is saying over and over. It's like, well, we have to prove that.
Yeah, you can't just label.
I mean, I guess you could say vigilante, but it has like negative connotations,
Yeah.
Vigilante / 17-year-old who got attacked by people and defended
multiple times,
scared for his life, defended himself. He's one of those.
17
or some mix in between.
Like, even what do you expect is going to happen to a 17-year-old?
People are mixing. 17. Is he innocent under Wisconsin law with the question, do I like him? That's so dangerous.
The court of public opinion.
We need to go, man, I hate this guy's guts, but he is innocent until proven guilty and beyond a reasonable doubt, and that goes both ways.
Just like OJ.
Yeah.
Who sometimes gloves.
That's a great... I bring that up whenever I'm teaching students all the time, because he won his criminal case, but he lost his civil case because it's two different evidentiary standards. The civil case, you have to win by preponderance of the evidence, which means like 51%. The criminal case, the state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, which is like 99%. You have to be... There's no reasonable doubt that person's guilty. Like, there's all sorts of reasonable doubt with Kyle Rittenhouse. But people online might be, even a moderate might be going about it with a preponderance of the evidence test. But that's not what it is constitutionally. It needs to be, beyond a reasonable doubt. Because we take freedom very seriously. We should.
Especially here nowadays.
Yeah.